Yay! I'm so excited. I finally have an Ask Misty for you. What advice would you give to newbies when competing for a pageant? Well, darling, my advice is very simple in that every pageant is completely different. Well, not completely. Most of them have evening gown competition and an on-stage question and answer, for example. But each system is different. For example, the America system, you must, if you have a very extravagant gown, you must wear very simple small earrings, etc. So, whatever system that you decide to go for, whether it's Continental, America, All-American Goddess, Entertainer of the Year, and those are some of the big ones, there's others, but whatever system you go for, my first advice would be buy the DVDs. Meaning, buy the last 10 years of DVDs so that you can sit at home and watch. What are the girls that have competed for this title before you done? What have the girls that won done? Do they have a common thread? Does every winner wear a gown with a slit up to her thigh? Does every girl win have sequins on her dress? Does every girl that win have rhinestones in her hair? There's a common thread. Or if there is a common thread, figure out what it is. Does every winner model swimsuit amazing? Does every winner answer the question fiercely? Like, watch, study, learn. And then, once you figure out the winner of that year, go back and watch it again, and especially watch the winner. What did she do? What did she do that was so right? What did she do that was so amazing? Now, in whatever system that you choose to go for, go to the website and print out the rules. They'll have rules. And you're going to learn a lot about that system from their rules, meaning if your gown must touch the floor, or it must be an inch from the floor, or your hair must be an updo, or make sure your hairline is clean. You know, you're going to see what the judges are looking for, and therefore you're going to know what to do to plan your package. Essentially, my advice for the newbies would be to learn, study, and prepare. Because knowledge is power. And you want to be the best that you can be. But I will also say you can read and study and learn and watch a million times, and you're not going to get better unless you actually compete for pageants. Practice truly makes perfect in this genre of entertainment. And until you're on that stage in front of judges and nervous and shaking because people are not only watching you and judging you, there's actual judges that are in charge of judging you. And that is nerve-wracking. But you're only going to get better by competing. So pick a couple small pageants. When I was in college studying business, one of the tips that they told us was when you graduate, and let's say you really, really want to be an employee of IBM. That's your dream job. That's the job that you really want. So, save that job interview for your 10th interview or your 5th interview, depending on how much time you have. But go for the AT&T first. Go for the Comcast interview first. Go for the Hewlett-Packard interview first. Go for the Century 21 interview, or whatever business I can think of right now. The Fujifilm interview first. Because every time you go to that interview, you're going to be nervous, even though you don't want the job, or you could want the job, otherwise you wouldn't go, but you really want something else. So go for the lesser job. Get your nerves out of the way and practice your interview skills. Practice sitting in front of a person that is going to judge you and interview you. And practice dressing up and wearing your nice shoes and, you know, speaking like an educated person. And then, after you have practice, go for the IBM or the job, your dream job. Now, that being said, pageants are very much alike. Meaning, if your dream is to be Miss Continental, go for your local pageants first, meaning Miss Wilton Manors. Go compete for Miss Fort Lauderdale Pride. Go compete for Miss Monkey Business. Go compete for Miss George's Alibi. Go compete for Miss Boardwalk. And after you compete for a couple of local pageants, every time you do it, you're going to learn. look at your score sheets and get your comments and say, oh, she doesn't like the way I do my hair, she doesn't like the way I do my boobs, she doesn't like the way I pad my hips, or whatever. Learn. And each pageant you go back for, you're going to get better. And then, after a couple pageants, go for the major pageant, which would be a prelim for your national system. And that's the best advice I could give to any newbie going for the pageant. Yeah. And if you do want to be a pageant queen, go to all the pageants you can, because you'll learn something from each and every pageant that you watch. Anyways, loving you is easy.